talking about a nigga that'll fuck your whole world up. You and your boys make a scene, I'm thinking AC Green, cause it's gonna be at least 4 or 5 you niggas in the room curled up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You ain't nothing but a MC.
Welcome to another edition of the Buck Stops Here. I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50, bringing you the latest in battle rap news. And like I always say, I am the illest battle rapper in the game. But this is not about me. In this episode, we're going to do a prediction blog for Summer Madness 10 that's approaching one day from now, this Saturday. Okay, we gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna ask y'all how y'all doing, how was your day, none of that. We gonna get right off into this. Rum Nitty versus Reed Dollaz. Reed Dollaz, at this point, he reminds me of all of those horror movies, whether it's Friday the 13th, any of those movies, where you think that person that's terrorized everybody in the movie is dead, then all of a sudden that music comes on and their hand just comes up out of nowhere and you realize they're still alive. That's Reed Dollaz. Apparently Reed Dollaz has a fan base. He has to, because Smack and URL keeps booking him. I mean, okay, he did okay against Surf. All right, lay off me. He did okay against Surf. Should I wave at him? Okay, but for the most part, Reed Dollaz has sucked in a new era. He's not going to beat Rum Nitty unless Rum Nitty just decides not to show up. But I gotta predict something, right? Rum Nitty 3-0. So then we got Geechee Gotti versus Charlie Clips, or Charlie Clips versus Geechee Gotti. Call it how you want to call it. And no, I'm not an alcoholic. So with this matchup, this is how I see this playing out. Geechee's he's no longer a rookie. Geechee's battled a library of top tiers. It's to the point now where you got to think, who in the top tier hasn't Geechee faced? Clips, I mean, Wildin' Out is no longer for the moment, but Clips is not battling a lot. And when you're a newcomer like Geechee and you've battled a lot, the more you battle, I feel like it gives the vets that haven't battled you, it gives them time to adapt, to kind of gauge your rhythm. Like, okay, I see what type of time he's on. But I feel like Clips has probably been sitting back, analyzing his style. He's probably going to use his humor to mock Geechee's gangsterism. He's probably going to counterwrite his third round. And for that, I'm going to say, in an entertaining battle, I'm going to go with Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips, Charlie, not Charlie, Charlie. If Charlie Clips, if Charlie shows up, he loses. But if Charlie shows up, Clips 2-1. So then we have K-Shine versus Chess. Here's the thing. In theory, this is Chess's battle, because it's in a room with hardly anybody in it, and Chess is the more lyrical of the two. But here's the problem. In recent battles, Chess is on some bullshit. Chess, we all know Chess went through his choking phase for a good little while there. And And he snapped out of it against Geechee. A battle in which he lost, but he did well. And for about a year, Chess gave us fire. Then he lost to John the Don. No shame in that, but it's the way he lost. He didn't look like he was prepared. And it kind of had shades of the old Chess against B Magic. Same thing. Choking all over the place. And here we go with K-Shine. K-Shine, one of the heavy hitters. You cannot overlook K-Shine. He is one of the heavy hitters. But as a lyricist, I would grade K-Shine a C. He's average as a lyricist. But K-Shine reminds me of the people in the culinary arts. They can make something a simple dish look elaborate because they know K-Shine understands presentation. When you're doing any form of entertainment, it's not just about the talent, it's about the presentation. And K-Shine understands the presentation. Guys like him, Young Cannon, they have the presentation down pat. And I can't go with what I think Chess is capable of. I got to go with what I'm seeing of him, and I don't feel like I can trust Chess. And for that reason, I'm going to go K-Shine, 2-1. So then we have B-Dot versus T-Top. A matchup of the anglers. An angler's dream come true. Okay. And this is how I look at it. B-Dot, he's like Waldo. He does his battle and then you don't see him for a while. So B-Dot is not somebody really always into something to where you can pinpoint and be like, okay, B-Dot did this, B-Dot said this, I'm going to talk about him. B-Dot is he's in a peculiar stage of his career. I'm going to tell you why I say that. When you come out, especially when you come out strong and everybody's watching you, that's when it's hardest for people. That's when it's very hard for people to figure you out. Because it's just like a receiver. You come out of nowhere and people don't know how to gauge you. They don't know how to defend you. But if they keep watching tape, the more they watch you play, it's like, okay, corners watch, they like, okay, I see how his feet move. I'm a study him. I'm going to play him like this. And as time goes on, you do more battles. You either, do something in the public to where somebody catches it. They're like, okay, I'm going to point that out. Or you do something in your raps. There's a hypocrisy, a contradiction. B-Dot, classic example. Against Cortez, he started rapping about the Bloods. And, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that. But it sets up the stage for somebody to say, you're a hypocrite. Okay, but here's why I say he's at an interesting point of his career. Because now, it feels like that boat has sailed by. So if T-Top was to take the hypocrite angle for rapping about Bloods, he'd have to revamp it. Because as battle rap fans, once our ears get used to hearing something, we sometimes pass it off as like, okay, we don't want to hear that no more. So I feel like T-Top would have to put a twist on it. Now, granted, I don't know what T-Top is going to talk about, so this is all speculation. But when it's all said and done, when you look at T-Top, I feel like his battle rap life is more documented than B-Dot. The falling on stage, the strike 2 point whatever, where T-Top was sort of leading the pack, but then she was the first one to change his mind. I'm not going to say everything that he could say about T-Top because I'm a battle rapper, so I don't want to give out gems to everybody. But I put it like this. This battle is right up B-Dot's alley because he has a lot to work with. And I feel like in this battle, that's going to be the difference. I feel like B-Dot has more fresh material. He's got the dough. I mean, because with a guy like B-Dot, it doesn't take a lot of dough for him to make a pizza. But in this case, I think he already has enough to make a pizza. So he should be able to stretch that into at least 2.5 pizzas. So for that reason, I'm going to go B-Dot 2-1. So then we got a matchup that should have happened on Gnome 10. John the Don versus Ill Will. I mean, is it too late to give him a bomb? Is it too late to give him a siren? I don't think so. Like I said, this matchup was long overdue, but it didn't happen on Gnome 10 because my guy John was, had contracted the COVID, but he's okay now. God bless him. And it's time for this matchup to take place. This was a matchup that a lot of people, including myself, look forward to. John is as complete as a battle rapper as they come. Ill Will, I feel, is more complete than John. The only issue with Ill Will is sometimes he can be erratic. Ill Will is, John is like that car that goes 70, and it's going to stay 70. Sometimes Ill Will can go 100, but then he goes 70. And 70 is not bad. But when you look at the fact that he went 100 before, it can make you frustrated because you're like, damn, bro, why can't you just keep going 100? But with that being said, I feel like this battle is about matchups. And I feel like Ill Will has the advantage because he has the humor. He has the charisma. I don't feel like that's John's strong point. John's not really a personality guy on stage. Ill Will is very creative in the pocket. He can ad-lib, freestyle. I've never seen John really do that. If he hasn't done it by now, I don't think that's something that's his claim to fame. Now, with that being said, winning this battle, I really feel in my heart is this is Ill Will's battle to win. I feel like if he loses this battle, it's going to just be because he wasn't strategical with it. If John just says, if Ill Will just goes out on some I'm just going to go out there and rap, I feel like he's doing himself a disservice. But if he utilizes his ability to freestyle without overdoing it, of course, and has a round where he can exercise the humor, I think that could be the difference. Put it like this, we know what John does. If Ill Will does what Ill Will's capable of doing, and John does what he's capable of doing, I like Ill Will 2-1. Clear. But that's only if Ill Will that can go up, that can take it here. Not if he and it's not because I feel like Ill Will is 10 times better than John, but I feel like it's a matchup where Ill Will's got some things that he can exploit. And because John is so good, I think that Ill Will go in that bag. I'm going to go Ill Will 2-1. Then we got Holmesy the God versus Bill Collector for $25K. Ultimate Madness 2. Two members of the Loud Boy crew. Okay. With that being said, I wonder how this battle is going to play out, being that both of the, participants are this part of the same crew. Because with Holmesy, he's made a heavy impression with his angles. I feel like that's a strong point. I don't know if the fact that he's cool with Bill Collector is going to hinder how he goes at him angle-wise. Bill Collector, I don't know how he's going to approach it either. But like I said before, I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to speculate. I feel like the fact that they're cool, I feel like stylistically, it will affect Holmesy more than Bill, because it feels like Holmesy is really thriving off of that passion when he's delivering these angles and the conviction. And I don't know if he would have that same conviction for an angle against Bill. Whereas Bill can rap lackadaisical and still impress the judges, because that's Bill Collector. He doesn't have to be wild, crazy, insane for people to say that was good stuff. So I feel like Bill, in this situation, because they both cool, I feel like stylistically, Bill's style doesn't really have to be adjusted because of the friendship. Where I feel like Holmesy may not even realize it, but he may be subconsciously doing things to make the material not as edgy, because he's cool with Bill Collector and he may not want to cross a line that he can't repair. So that's where we stand. I like all of the predictions I made. Whether these things are going to turn out that way, that remains to be seen. But as always, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.